Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and welcome everyone. Today we are going to start a new lesson. In the past class, we have explained inspiring people talk about someone who we admire. Here we said and asked some questions about who is your hero and why is he your hero. Those are the inspiring people. And today we are going to continue with our lessons for 1.4, a first time for everything. In this lesson, we are going to describe our feelings about a first-time experience. Now, every time we do something for the first time, we can feel different emotions and feelings. For example, first time we see a snake, then you'll be scared. First time you see an ocean or a sea, then you feel happy or excited. Now, in this lesson, we are going to describe few of these feelings and some of the first time experiences. Also, we will ask you all that have you done anything recently that you have never done before? In other words, a first time experience. How did this experience make you feel? Did you feel scared? Did you feel nervous? And so on. Now, in the read activity, we have an example of these first time experiences. So let's read together. Olivia, 11 years old. It doesn't seem so amazing now, but I remember the first time I saw the sea. So here is the experience, first time seeing a sea. That's the experience. I looked at it in amazement. Here is the feeling, amazement. We can underline those words to remember them. It was so beautiful and huge. I asked my teacher, how big is it? And he gave me a funny smile and explained that it was very big. We live in a city far from the coast, and I've only ever been to the seaside twice in my life. So that explains the first time experience to watch a sea. Now we have some things to note here. The verb and object, funny, smile, and the present simple, we live. We live. If we say we lived, then that will be the past tense. Now, we also have present perfect. I've only ever been. Here we have another example of verbs and objects plus infinitives. My friend asked me to go with him. We have also examples of powerful adjectives. Instead of saying interested or instead of saying happy, you could use strong words like exciting. And instead of saying scared, you can say terrifying. Now, here is just an example of how you could write and describe your feelings about a first-time experience. We have a quick activity here for changing nouns to adjectives. We have the word amazement. It's a noun that we want to change to adjective. So the result would be amazement, and the adjective will be amazing. We have another example, beauty. As an adjective, it would become beautiful, and terror would become terrified, and so on. You can copy the answers and make your own words and test yourself. Now, moving on to question 4, work in pairs, match questions A to C to the children's answer in activity 2. Here. These children are describing a first-time experience. Find the keywords to describe what each child did, why it was special, and their feelings about the experience. Now, the questions here are, have you ever felt really proud of yourself? Does it match with activity 2? Have you ever seen something you thought was amazing? What did you see? Is it similar to activity 2? Have you ever done something you were scared of? And what did you do? Now, for activity 5, we have reading activity. Read the description again and find another example of verb pattern, verb, object, plus infinitive with to. Now you can take a look and maybe we can find someone. Now, what we are looking for is an example of my friend asked me to go to. Here is the object that we want to look for. My dad taught me to swim. Here you can find it in paragraph 3. My dad taught me to swim. All right, now that's it for today's lesson, but let's head out to the activity in workbook. Try to do some few questions, then we can end the class. Moving to page 14 in the workbook, we have the first activity. Read and match the description of first-time experiences to a picture. Now, we have 3 paragraphs here, each explain a different story. Same as in the pictures. We can see a girl riding a bike and a boy climbing a rock, and the boy first time seeing the elephant. Now, these three stories are for Callum, Somali, and Jaya. Let's start with the first one. Callum. Here is the story about Callum. He says, I've only been rock climbing once in my life. I tried it last year for the first time in a sports center, not outside on real rocks. I've always been afraid of heights, but my friend persuaded me to have a go. It was amazing. So we have a feeling that we need to note or highlight. Afterwards, my friend told me I was very brave. Callum, age 12. Now, what we need to do is to find 3 things. The first thing is what each child did. So what did Callum do? He did rock climbing. So we need to highlight that and copy it to question 2. The second thing we want to look for in the same paragraph, why it was special. It was special because it was the first time, also not outside on real rocks. Also, my friend persuaded me to have a go. Now you can do the rest for Somali and Jaya. After you are done, you can check your answers here. Now, this is the answer for the picture part. Read and match the description, which is Callum. Callum is B, climbing rocks, so B is number 1. And number 2 is C, Somali, watching an elephant for the first time. All right. Now, I'll leave you to do 3 and 4 by yourself, and I will be checking it next class. Thank you all for listening. See you later.